Hello everyone, welcome back to the shed. I am Lonnie, and today we're going to do something a little different and a little specific. I have a lot of comic books, and they are Bronze Age for the most part. They're all Bronze Age. I have those two boxes there, and then I've got a pile here. I thought I had another box. No, I consolidated. But anyway, I have a lot of these comics, and I want to list these individually. I think a lot of them are like $10 to $20 of value, and that's enough for me. I think the processing of these comics is fast and easy enough to where selling them at that price. Oh, here's the other box I was talking about right here. Duh. The speed and ease of processing these comics is such that I'd really hate to lot them up. So I've worked out a system. I am not an expert in comics, okay? I've sold a pretty good many, but never quite like this before. So I've kind of worked out a little system, and if you're an experienced comic seller, you know, drop your opinions and your hints and tips of things you do below. But I'm going to share with you what I'm going to do and what I'm doing actually to process these comics in a way that I think is fast and profitable. Because I don't want to get hung up on it too long, but I do want to extract some extra profit by listing them one at a time. First of all, the thing that I ship them in are these. These are Gemini comic mailers, and you can ship these. You can mail these first class package through the post office with 1 to 3 comics, typically bagged and boarded. And then once you get above that, you can fit, I want to say, about 12 in here. Once you do that, you're going to be over a pound. No longer first class package, but then that will slide into one of these, which is a legal flat rate envelope. This will ship for about $7.50. Okay, so that's the shipping portion. I did order 750 of these. These are not cheap, but they get cheaper as you buy more. If you just buy 25 of them, you're going to pay over $1 a piece. If you buy 750 like I did, you're going to pay around 50-60 cents. I can't remember what the exact number was, but that's that part, the shipping part. That's the easy part. What I am going to do today is I'm going to scan. I have a stack of 20 here, and I'm going to scan them in. Then I'm going to list them on eBay, and I'm going to start a timer whenever I get started, and we're going to see exactly how long it takes to scan and research and list each and every one of these comics. Now, I did also buy a subscription to a service that I'll talk about in just a little bit, and that's kind of what I'm leaning on for the prices, because I found it makes it like really fast and easy, much faster than just searching on eBay. So we'll see how that works. We'll see what you guys think of it. But this is my process. Speed, time is of the essence for me. So I need something fast. So yeah, and speaking of fast, I'm going to time myself here. However, I'm not going to go as fast as I can. I'm going to work consistently and steady, but I'm not going to be like trying to go faster than normal, right? I'm not going to be trying to sprint. I'm just going to work at a nice, steady, normal pace. I'll probably be listening to tunes and whatnot when I'm not recording little clips here with you guys. But we're going to see, you know, realistically, with my setup, how long it takes to list 20 comics, and also how much these comics are worth, you know, like in general. And now the only culling I did, I made sure to grab, well, this is here. I made sure to grab all Marvel comics, so I didn't have to change the publisher of the comic. Also, the only other thing I did, I pre-made, this is my inventory system. I have a box that is named K right here, and that's where the comics will go. And so there's K23 in the front. You probably couldn't see that, but that is the one that's in front. So we're going to start from there. K24 all the way up to K43. That's 20 of those sticky notes. And after I scan a comic, and put it back in the bag, then it's going to get one of these for use whenever I do the listing on eBay, and then I'll use this K24 or whatever in the custom SKU field. That's how I'll find it later whenever it sells, hopefully. Okay, this is the scanner I'm going to use. I don't have any special like dedicated comic scanner or anything like, or document scanner. I have the scanner that is on my Epson ET2720 EcoTank. I've really enjoyed the printer. Like, as far as printing, it's still in the original ink, and we use it a pretty good bit. And whenever it does run out, you just like get these squeeze bottles instead of ink cartridges. It's pretty nice. But the scanner has been pretty good too. I've enjoyed using it. Okay, now just to give y'all some idea of the way I'm doing this. So I have this Luke Cage comic. I'm gonna put it down on the scanner, face down. I'm gonna close it up. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna hit scan. Okay, and that one's gonna go in here when it's done. Now, while I'm waiting for that, I'm gonna take this comic out and set it here. And now I'm just gonna wait for a second for the scan to be over. Now it's over. So now I'm gonna take this comic out, flip it, that, hit scan, and then wait again. All right, that's finished. So now this needs to go back in the bag. But before I put it back in the bag, I'm gonna grab the next comic, throw it down, close it up, hit scan. Then I'll come back over here and I'll be bagging while it's scanning. Okay, then I'm gonna move the next bag right here, put K31 on it. Then this is the next comic. Once it finishes with the front, okay, it's finished with the front. Then I'm gonna flip it over, scan the back. While it's scanning the back, I'm gonna be prepping the next comic, opening it up, taking it out of the bag, and putting it here. So now with this little system in place, it keeps things very smooth, and I'm usually in motion. I might have 10-15 seconds where I'm not doing something. Okay, I just got through scanning the whole pile of 20, and it is at 38 minutes. Not great. It was weird. As the further I got in, occasionally I would hit scan, and I would hear the scanner kind of cut. It's like almost like, to me, I felt like the scanner was having to cool down a tad or something before I would do the next scan. So at first the scans were like 20 seconds, and later on scanning one side would take like a minute or a little more. So it got slower and slower, and I'm gonna try it again later with a hardwire, because I am doing this wirelessly. Connection between here and here is Wi-Fi. But yeah, I mean, it works great. Quality is good and everything, but it did get slow, I must admit. Okay, not going to spend too much time on condition because I am not an expert, so I don't want to put myself off as one. But condition is important. So comic book grading, it's weird. Like near mint, perfect or near perfect book. Okay, near mint can really run the gamut, and you can actually have some flaws. Cover will be glossy and new. Pages will be white or nearly white and will feel supple and like new. The spine will be firm and flat. Any stress marks will be very minor and difficult to see. Date stamps and written dates are acceptable, providing they're not obtrusive. May have subtle defects such as corners that are not perfectly square, printing that is slightly misaligned, or very slightly off-white pages. And then you get into very fine, and then fine. But fine, it really has, if you look at this, fine is really, like, look, it has a crease right here. You know, like you can, like, very obvious defects there. So, like I said, I'm not an expert on grading. I'm doing the best I can. Here's a very fine though. See, now I feel like most of my comics are a little better than this one. Some of them aren't though. Some of them are very fine. Look, we'll look at this near mint. Now this one's actually slabbed, so it's kind of hard. But you see there's still a little thing on the corner there. We can't see this book because it's in a slab. All right, this is the first one I'm going to do. And let me look at it real quick and see what I think about the condition. All right. I'm going to do a VF/NM. And like I said, I'm not going to go into condition much because I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants when it comes to condition myself, honestly. Marvel Triple Action. Look, they do have an app too, which is especially good for the barcodes. This is issue 3. All right, then I hit search. All right, and then there's 2 different ones. There's a 2009, and here's a 1972 release, Bronze Age. Obviously, that's the one I have. And you can go into a lot of detail here. And it'll show you like raw values and graded values here. What did I say I have? Very fine / near mint, $8.40 raw value. So I'm probably going to price this one around $9. Okay, so yeah, see this 9.4? That would be a near mint copy. And then 8.0 I think is a very fine, so we're right in between. So you can click on it and get a little more information. Okay, now before I continue, let me just explain real quick what the eBay listing is going to look like. This is the first one that I just showed you. Marvel Triple Action number 3, 1972, very fine / near mint condition, bag boarded comic book. That's the title. K43 is a custom label that I got from here. Store category, comic books. Then condition, my grade for this comic is in the title, but please see the scans to judge for yourself. Okay, that may sound cold, but that's what it is. That's what I got. So here are all the scans. All right, and it's going to be scan 1 and 2. Should be. I'll double check on this first one. This is the first one I'm doing. Double check and make sure it's the right one. It's not. Oh, I'm doing them backwards. That's why. Okay. So I need to actually pull from the bottom. No biggie. I'll pull from here. You see that? That is a pretty nice looking photo. I don't know if you could tell or not. I think they get a real good idea of what kind of condition, at least the cover and the back cover are in. And all this. And then I also give information about combined shipping and whatnot. Here's the price, $8.99, $4 flat. I do have a combined shipping rule called comics. That is $1 per additional comic. 8889 ounces. And that is it. I'm going to save draft. Now, to save myself time with making these drafts, what I'm going to do, because we have a bunch of other drafts in the pipeline here. Need to find mine. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to make a copy, create a copy, and I'm going to make 19 copies of it. Okay, and now I have all these copies to fill out. Candace is going to like all that mess that's in there. So now I could just hit resume draft, do my research on the price, and then put the next one in. Okay, just finished my last one, and we're at 1:31, so a little over an hour and a half to do the whole process. These are ready to be put away. So that's hour and a half. That's what? How many minutes is that? 90? 90 minutes divided by 20. Let's see. Let me get a per comic. 90 divided by 20. And I must admit, okay, so 4.5 minutes per comic. I have to admit, I was probably going a little faster than I normally would. Because, I mean, I was really zoned in. I wasn't talking to Candace much at all during that hour and a half.
Yeah, he was being rude.
I wasn't being rude. I was working. Golly. But, so, just to be, I think to be a little more realistic, I think you could be looking at like maybe 6 minutes per, and probably I could probably, with the equipment I have, the skills I have, and with just the speed of my brain and my fingers, I think I could probably do 10 good comic listings an hour, if I'm honest. Okay, so in that hour and 31 minutes that I was listing, I listed $172 in comics, which works out to $8.60 per. I had a few decent ones that were like 20 bucks or so, but then I had quite a few that were $6, $7, and $8 too. This series here, which this stack happened to be heavy on, this Marvel's Greatest Comics, I must have had 8 or 9 of those, and they were just not very valuable. So this Marvel Team Up, on the other hand, this is a $20 comic in this condition. If it was in better condition, it would be a $40 comic. So I learned a few things during this process. Hopefully me sharing this with you guys will be helpful for y'all. Like I said, I'm not an expert in dealing with comics, but I think I've gotten some, like, even as kind of new at this, like I have listed comics before, but I haven't gotten really like dove into it before like this. I like Comic Price Guide. I think that's a plus. It makes it really fast. The scanner is good. Like, it's really good. I think it's a little slow. If I may even be buying another scanner if I can get one cheap. Like, I'm not willing to spend more than $150 or so, because if I spent more than that, I don't know, maybe I'd spend up to 200 tops. But if I get much past that, then I don't know how many comics in the future I'm going to be scanning. So I don't know. And Candace didn't turn around until I talked about spending money. What?
No, I'm just waiting for you to finish so I can have your attention.
Oh, okay. I'm almost finished. I'm about to wrap this thing up. So I've neglected Candace during this process. So I need to add 30 minutes to this process for checking on Candace every now and then.
I have questions about DVDs.
DVDs. Okay, cool. So she's working on box sets of DVDs over there. But yeah, another thing I'll say is that I do like working with the comics. Like, when I was scanning them, it's real mindless, easy, light work. The research, if you have a good tool like this, super duper easy. It just takes, the only thing it takes a lot of attention to detail. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with this process though. So take care, guys. Thanks a bunch for watching.